G'day again. Okay, we've just CAD modelled the HallTable. Hopefully you've managed to do that yourself by watching the video. And this is the second video now to actually show you how to put that on a drawing sheet. All right, how do we do that? Let's check it out. So over here, you've got various different areas that we can use in this program. It's a very powerful program. If you click on Drawing from Design, it is going to reference the whole assembly. It's going to create a new drawing from scratch. The standards are, just make sure that you've got the correct standards. International Standards Organization, that's the Australian standards or similar to, units of millimeters, and we're going to deal with an A4 sheet, just easy to print out. Or should we? Yeah, let's just go with A4 sheet. All right, okay that. So click on OK. So it started a new drawing sheet, and it's now just loading the actual drawing sheet, and it's already placed a base view, or it's selected a base view for me to start with. Okay, so what sort of base view do we want? Probably the front view is by default the smartest view to use for the base, front, and then top, and then right side view. And the scale, it automatically figures out what scale is best to suit this sheet. 1 to 20, it's pretty small. We can change that later and see how that pans out. The other thing I'm keen to have a look at is the style. That's just visible edges. You can have hidden edges, which is my preference, so you can actually see what's going on behind other surfaces, or shaded, or shaded with hidden edges. So let's just choose the hidden edges option, and we'll go with the rest of the default. So let's just stick that where we reckon it might be best put. So let's say there, and that will generate that. And okay, all right, so there it is. You can see there's my line drawing with my hidden details showing. You can see where the rails are. Cool. Okay, so let's now project some views from that. So click on the projected view little tool there, and select the parent view, and then project that across, project that up, and project that as an isometric, and that create and continue. I reckon we'll just go okay, right click and okay. There they are. Cool, it's pretty good. They are pretty small views. Let's change them now. So let's double click on this one to start with, and we'll bring back this drawing view again. Let's change that and make that shaded so we can actually see, you know, a bit of the wood grain and see how it looks a bit more in real life, because it's like a real life 3D isometric drawing. All right, anything else we need to change? That's probably about it. So close that, and let's click on the base view. By the way, you can reposition these views. Can you see how you grab that one? It won't let you move it up and down because it's locked in line. As you know, orthogonal drawings, the views have got to be aligned, so that it won't let you move it across only in the same direction, or the same plane, I suppose, that's in. However, this one, we can move the whole lot. So you can reposition your views however you want, but let's just make them a little bigger. I think that scale's a bit small. We need to put some dimensions on there. It's going to be harder to read them. So let's change that scale. How do we do that? You can either type in what scale you want, or you can click on these little buttons for some suggestions. 1 to 10, that's what we may have sketched on our graph paper, but because of this big title block, there's not really much room for that. So let's make something in between 1 to 10 and 1 to 20, maybe 1 to 16. See how that looks. That's not too bad. That's at least a little better. And I could type in whatever scale I want, but these default scales are probably logical. Let's go with that. And close that. However, it did actually change because my base view, everything is projected from the base view, including the isometric view. Let's just change that. Let's make that a little smaller. It doesn't need to be quite so big. Let's make that 1 to 20. And we can sneak it wherever we want. Okay, I'll click close. We can put that down here if we think it's better here, or up there in the corner out the way. I think I'll just stick it out the way in the corner, just to give you an idea of how the table looks as a three-dimensional item. Okay, and we'll position these views more logically. All right, so there's a drawing. Easy. Let's now put some dimensions on there, so this drawing is going to be useful as a working drawing. You can see the dimension toolbar here. There's a whole bunch of different things you can grab. The most common ones are already here. Just the normal dimensions, probably all we need. So dimension. Now what do I want first? I probably want the length of the width and the length of the top. And you notice how it snaps to different positions. Think about whether you want to put any other dimensions inside that and bring it out further. At this stage, probably not. I'm just going to go 430 by 1000. There they are, easy. The length of the leg, where's the best place to show that? Maybe this view here that shows the height. So, yeah, let's go there, 810. Don't need to show the width here because we've already got it here. Don't need to show the length there because we've already got it there. What else do we need? We need that distance there, the length of that rail. But rather than put it here, let's move it down here out the way. So let's pick that corner and bring it down here out the way. So 840 is the length of that rail. Do the same with short rail, 270, there it is. The size of the legs, sometimes it helps to zoom up a little. Size of the legs, so let's click the leg width, 65. Notice that's snapped in place, that's kind of neat. This one here as well, 65, so we know that, oops. Notice that it puts the number on the side that you click second. So let's just escape from that. I'll try that again. When you escape, you get out of the tool. So let's get back into it. Click there, and let's put the dimension on the side that I clicked second. Line them up, and then those two arrows are superimposed there. That's a really neat way of doing it. All right, we're going to keep this drawing as clean and neat and easy to read as possible. What else do we need to know? We need to know how wide these rails are. So where do we pick that from? Maybe this view here. So let's go from there to there, and we'll say, zoom that out. So that rail's 160. And the offsets, let's see if we can get away with putting them in place. That offset there is 10 mil. That's from the face of the rail to the face of the leg. And there's an offset in here too, but it's starting to get a bit busy here, so maybe I can show that offset somewhere else. Perhaps I should show the offset of the tabletop here. So I'll start with inside and then come out so that the number stays out. And I might just put it above the table so it's a little easier to read. All right, there we are. So I know how far my tabletop offsets from my leg. I know the offset from my leg to the rail. I know the width of my rail, length of the rail, both rails, length and width of the top, length of the leg, width and thickness of the leg. I don't know, there's too much else we need to do. Are they well positioned? I'll just press the escape button. Now I'm out of dimensioning. I can grab these now and I can move them a little to just make sure that there's enough space around so I don't get my dimensions all cluttering with other things. Okay, pretty cool. It's already, because I've called this, the file name is HallTable trial. It's automatically labeled that for me. There's probably not too much else. It's obviously put my name in there and my username and the date I've done it. So it's very not much more detail I need to really put in the title block. Let's say that is a drawing finished. So let's save that. HallTable trial drawing. That'll do. It's in the same location, the same project position, so you can create a project for whatever project you want to do. And let's just save that. There it is. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Cheers.